Hey guys, so I'm back again. So I figured I'd just slowly but go through one baby after the other baby of getting them out of this green. But the topic of this video is um I think it was Christina Reborns that created the topic of it's a tag, my best experience and my worst experience. A box opening, my best box opening and worst box opening. So I'm gonna start with the worst because I want to end on a happy note. um, I've had quite a bit of bad experiences, so I don't really know which one was absolutely the worst. I had the worst emotional one and the worst, just the worst. So, one of the worst ones that was kind of really bad for me was the fact that I went online on eBay and I bought this baby. I was very new to collecting and I bought this baby that it looked really pretty in the photos. The clothes were so gorgeous. And the baby reminded me of my baby sister. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this baby. So I bid it on it, bid on it. There's a lot of people bidding on it too. And I won it. And I got the baby. I started doing the box opening. And when I start doing the box opening, recording, my kids, as I was opening up, my kids was like, what, the what, and all this and stuff. And we were just like looking like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I ended up like stopping the video. I was like, I can't even upload this because I can't even go through this, like this. So what happened was, it wasn't that the baby was done so badly, but on photos, it didn't look, it looked better. In person, it appeared almost like it was like um, overly painted or something. Like they had like it was, to me, in my opinion, it was overly painted. And the dress and stuff that it had on in the auction, it looked so cute on in the auction, but in the box when they sent it to me, okay, forgive me guys, but I'm gonna be real honest. It looked like the baby was in a casket, and so keep in mind that the baby that reminded me of my baby sister that is passed away. So it was very disturbing, to say the least. Not only did it look like it smelled of the funeral home, and I'm sure the artist didn't say, oh, I'm going to make it smell like a funeral home. What it was is that it had a floral scent, and oh gosh, anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that because I don't want to make people sad, but it was very sad. It was very sad for me. But so I was kind of iffy if I even wanted my mom to see that particular doll, because it still looked like my sister. It just looked like her, you know, in passing. So in person, because what they did was they overly made it up. Like, I mean, not made it up, but they blushed the cheeks and stuff, and it looked like it had on makeup. And so anyway, and then they didn't disclose that apparently they had burnt, it looked like when they were baking it, they burnt one of the hands, so the knuckle part was like crispy black, like, or whatever. So it was the worst. I mean, I still have everything that came with it. I still have the actual doll. But on the flip side, I, against my better judgment, I took the baby over, got it dressed up, tried to make it look as cute as possible to see if it was just me, and let my mom see it. She loved it, fell in love with it, but I believe she never said this to me. But she did say, oh, I wish the eyes were open. But I believe that is why the baby is here at my house today, because I think over time she began to become more sad with the doll because it looked more like the baby wasn't alive versus a healthy live baby. So I think it reminded her of a sad place. So she brought it over here for me to, or had me come get it for to change the body, but she never came back to get it or anything. She do still make sure I still have it and stuff like that, but in my opinion, I just think that that was the whole thing on it. Another box opening that I had that was, now that was my emotional one, but there was one that I got and oh my gosh, I it wasn't so much that the baby was bad, but the way that the artist sent it off was so dirty. Like it had hair all over it, and um, I immediately took it and washed it. Um, it was a silicone baby, and it just was ridiculous to come from the artist like that, and I was so disappointed in that. But in that particular instance, you know, that's the beauty of silicone. I was able to wash it and, you know, get it all freshened up and everything. And so I got past that. But I have had so many different ones along the way that were disappointing. Like the artist didn't do what I told them to do, or they did the very opposite of what I told them to do, and stuff like that. Now, on the flip side, my most emotional box opening, and I know I'm kind of putting a spin to it because it's I have some that were my most emotional and my best, because it's supposed to be not based off of what it was sent with, but the actual doll itself. So my most emotional box opening in my for me was when I got Zoe, because it was a time where I never thought I would own a, you know, really high end silicone baby. And I had wanted, you know, to see what a Claire doll looked like in person for so long. I heard people rant and rave about it. And in my opinion, I thought it couldn't be that different from the rest, you know. People are exaggerating, you know, that type thing. And so I'm going to pull you guys out a little bit so that you guys can see all of Serena. But, yeah, so when I got her, I was just so excited. It was ridiculous. I mean, I know you guys have seen the video. Like, I set up the whole house before the baby came. Like, it was just crazy. Um, you would have thought I was getting a real baby, and I was like literally shaking. I made a fool out of myself on the box opening. Although it was very emotional, I wanted to delete the videos that I had made, but when I put them up, they just, you know, they had so many views on it and people liked it, so I just left it up. But I said stuff wrong, and I was all tripping up on my words. I was shaking, I was stuttering. I just sounded like an idiot because I was saying stuff all wrong and stuff. Um, so anyway, I think I said instead of the ear canal, I said a root canal. It was just like ridiculous. But anyway, so that was my most emotional. And I think I would have to say the best box opening ever. The best baby that I've ever collected in all the times that I've ever collected. I would have to say that it was Kingston, because he, okay, I I want to put this where people don't misunderstand. Although I love Zoe so much and everything, and but I bought her secondhand, so she was a used baby, and she came in prestige condition and all that stuff. And she was a Claire doll. She was, you know, her older work and everything, but she was still, you know, really, really fabulous. And actually, she's probably one baby that I wish I could still have in my collection. But anyway, she, but to actually be able to get a baby directly from Claire Taylor and have an ethnic Claire Taylor baby, an African American silicone realistic baby was like a huge dream of mine. Like it was major for me. I don't know if you guys could ever understand how major it was for me personally. And I was so nervous and so afraid because, like I said, reaching that particular skin tone is very hard in the reborn. So we can only imagine in silicone how hard it can be. So I was afraid up until the minute I unwrapped him that he would not look as good as photos. So, but when I start opening him, oh my gosh, there are no words. Like the feeling, it was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I was just like freaking out. So that was my best experience ever because he came, everything was clean and he was nice. And I mean, the hospital hospital, bracelet on him and stuff like little things like that just add to it for me. But that was just like the best box opening for me, um, as far as a silicone goes. Reborn, my best, my most emotional reborn box opening in a good way, I would have to say was Paris Moore because she was the first reborn that I seen that looked more like my liking and was the most realistic that I had seen at that time. I hadn't only collected, and I got two babies in that same day, so it was pretty cool. But um, she was the second custom I ever got, and so she was like, I know in the video I missed and said she was here 2 years, but she's been here almost 3 years. But anyway, so she was like my most emotional box opening in my no, wait. She was until I got Mia. Mia, I actually literally teared up. It Mia, uh, anyway, I can't even talk about Mia because I get so like Mia was my baby. Not Mia. Oh my gosh, not Mia. It's not Mia. It's my angel. My angel. Sorry, my angel. I'm talking about my angel. That was my most emotional reborn box opening, but my best box opening, I have to say, for my reborns was Romy by Genie Teenies. Um, Not so much. Well, it was. Well, I guess if we I guess we're not supposed to go off of the box, the stuff that was in the box, but I still think out of all my reborns, no. Out of my reborns, I want to say the best box opening. I had two that's kind of a tie almost, but if I had to really just pick one, I would have to say Piper. I'm sorry, it was Piper Louie, um, which is not changed yet, but this is Piper. That is my Piper. And the reason why he was my best is because, in my opinion, he is my best reborn, my most realistic reborn. Um, if I had to pick just one, and then Romy would be my next best box opening because I love everything that she did with him. Like he is amazing. So that one was from One Sleeping Angel Studio, Gina Dietrich, and then Romy came from Genie Teenies, which is Jeannie Larson. So those were my two best box opening reborn. So I guess I never do things the way it's supposed to go. But if you want to do this tag, please join in and make a video. It's your best and worst box openings, and you don't have to say who they came from if you don't want to, and you can if you want to. But I choose not to shame the artist. So Well,